Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome for today's continuous discussion on Nectar of Devotion. So today is 21st August 2025, Thursday. Thursday. So we gathered here. We supposed to have the program yesterday, but I had some urgent task, commitment that I couldn't this thing. So we postponed the class today. So today is a very wonderful day, I believe. After rain, especially in Ipoh, is very cooling. So it's a very conducive moment to study this Nectar of Devotion. Okay. So before we start, let's do our invocation prayer. We pray to our spiritual master and all the acharyas, Guru Varga, for their causeless mercy before we start our program. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobistam Stapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swaparantikam Vande Ham Sri Guru Sri Uttapara Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagar Jadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidam Cha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Tinamine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaye Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Viknanadayine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jola Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktira Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtai Dina Tarini Rupanuga Viruddha Pasidanta Dvanta Harini Nama Gaurakshoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtai Vipralambra Sambode Padam Pujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupai Rupanuga Varayate Gauravir Bhava Bhume Stumni Dasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhauma Sri Jagannatayate Namaha Vancha Kalpatrubesha Kripa Sindhubeva Cha Patitanam Pavinibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Garutisi Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namustute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaniswari Vrishabhanustiri Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhaktaranda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Mishra Pada Krishna Pstabhutari Shrimati Jayapataka Swami Tinamani Namacharya Patay Nitya Kripa Pratayani Gaura Katata Matayani Nagaragravatarini. Okay, Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. So we have gathered here to do our chapter 14 today. So last Monday we did chapter 13, a quick recap. So here we discuss about the 5 potent forms of devotional service. All right. So we had 5 kinds of devotional activities. Okay, what are the things that we discussed on the chapter 13 is residing in Madura, worshipping the deities of the Lord, reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, serving the devotee, and chanting the Hare Krishna mantra are so potent. Even a small attachment to any of these, if any of these things can arouse devotional ecstasy even in a neophyte. Okay, so there was a lot of detail. Okay, there's one point that is quite interesting here. It was quoted from Canto 1, Chapter 1, Text 2. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that unless one was able to throw out, okay, what it says, ability to throw out just like a garbage, the fruitive result of ritualistic ceremony, the fruitive result of ritualistic ceremonies, economic development, and becoming one with with supreme or salvation, one cannot understand Srimad Bhagavatam. So we also understood that in order to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, the secret of devotional service, so we have to throw away the garbages. We have so much of garbage in us, right? And especially to be born as an Indian, our garbage pile is even bigger. When you look at Chinese or any other like Westerners, for them is they are very innocent. All right, they're coming with only single-minded, single point. But especially for Indians, we have our culture, our background upbringing, because our culture and our Sanatan Dharma, or this culture of this devotional service, looks so similar. All right, even though this is more advanced, but since it looks so similar, so we take it for granted. We take it for granted. So we have so much of garbage in our mind. So what are the garbage? Prabhupada explained here, the fruitive result. We want to do something for some kind of benefit. Okay, there's no benefits. I don't want to do any of this. All right. Like sometimes we see certain temples are very famous. You know why? Oh, you go there, you pray, whatever desire you have will be fulfilled. I remember when I went to JB for the first time, when I started my business there, my partner told, let's go to this Hanuman temple, and whatever application that you put, the application will be granted by evening. I say, really? Yeah. Yes. So I see there's so many people were there, they go to the temple, they pray, all right, all for fruitive result, all right? So fruitive results. So this is a fruitive rituals. Okay, there's a lot of rituals. The Hindus and Indians are very famous for rituals. Until certain quarters of the Indians and Hindus, they even choose to become an atheist because they find it that there's so many rituals, and they feel that the priests and pujaris and the Brahmins are becoming rich. Even like even for like a funeral, it doesn't make sense at all, because everybody got different ideology. They come and it's becoming more like a showmanship, the amount of mantra they chant and everything. So they'll get very attracted, and they give a big dakshina. And sometimes they said, okay, 1,000 ringgit just to do this, 700, all kind of things, put a fire, pour some ghee, and take all that valuable stuff and throw into the fire, burn it, believing that this is going to be. So all these are ritualistic ceremony. All these are garbage. All right. Then, and of course, economic development, dharma, artha, kama, artha. Okay, economic development. All of us want to have some kind of economic development, and they find it that in order to do that. So what are the things? So all these garbages have to be thrown out from our mind. If we are not going to prepare to throw this garbage out, then we can never relish Srimad Bhagavatam. So what is that verse? Dharma projita kaitavatra parama nirmat sharanam satam. Dharma projita. Dharma. Throw all dharma. What dharma? Kaitava dharma. And what is Kaitava dharma? The dharma that propagate these kind of fruitive activities, rituals, and all this kind of that bind you materially. All right. But talking about it, there's something that strikes me. As I said, that Indians, sometimes when you want to do rituals, they get very excited. They want many kind of rituals, sometimes the priest will do showmanship, chant some extra mantras, and with full expression, it attracts, and they get big dakshina. So what we can understand from this is, naturally human beings are attracted to some kind of mantras and chants, chanting of some kind of parable, mantras, and all this kind of thing. So it is so similarly, if we can chant Hare Krishna mantra, imagine how we can attract the Lord. As I said, the five potent things can attract us to Krishna. Is one of it is chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. There are so many people are coming there. I don't agree to any of your this thing, but chanting makes me feel good. Okay, can you give me some mantras to chant? It's not only in Indian, even in America, when during Prabhupada's time, they start to see that Prabhupada start to notice that they prefer to chant more mantras. Prabhupada only gave Hare Krishna mantra, but looks like they're chanting more this and that. Then Prabhupada realizes, okay, you need more mantra. I give you another mantra which is very powerful. I give you that mantra, and this mantra you only chant only 3 times. Okay, this is even more powerful than Hare Krishna Maha mantra, but don't do 108 times. Keep it 1 to 3. Do it before you chant and after you chant the mantra. And that's the most powerful, potent mantra. That is Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shiva Shari Gaura Bhaktavranda. So the disciple asked, oh, if that's the mantra is so powerful, then why not we chant that mantra? Why we should chant the Hare Krishna mantra? He said, no, because Lord Chaitanya says so. Even the Pancha Tattva mantra is even more powerful than the Maha mantra. But since Lord Chaitanya said so and accepted by all the acharyas, we simply follow the acharyas. Right? That's why before you chant your Hare Krishna mantra, chant this Pancha Tattva 3 times. And after you complete your mantra, you chant 3 times, then start the next one. So whenever you chant Hare Krishna, finish one round. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shari Gaura Bhaktavranda. Some say 1 is enough. But I say, why not make it 3? Since the limitation is given to you 3, before you chant the mantra Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, then Hare Krishna finish, then Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya 3 times, then start again Hare Krishna. Then when you finish, you just chant Jai Shri Krishna 3 times. Why not? Right? Why not? All right. So that's the thing. Right? So we had so many to say. Okay, now what we're going to do? We're going to continue with our chapter 14 of this. Okay. Okay. So today we're going to do chapter 14 in the book at page 113. All right. So when you look at chapter 14, it's very interesting. Now, after we studied all the previous chapters, all right. So just to recap where we started off, right? First, we started off discussing on the Nectar of Devotion, because Nectar of Devotion is a systematic way of starting from normal sadhaka and until the final is Prema Bhakti. All right, so first chapter we studied about the characteristic of pure devotional service. All right, part 1. So characteristic, okay, what are the characteristics? Then first stage of devotional service. And number 3, chapter 3, we studied on eligibility of candidates who can accept devotional service. Then number 4, devotional service surpasses all liberation. The purity of devotional service is chapter 5. And chapter 6, Prabhupada explained about how to discharge devotional service. Then number 7, evidence regarding devotional. Okay, now how to discharge and what is the evidence? And number 8, offenses that is to be avoided, because offenses is actually what they call is a basic, and what they call is a benchmark. If you cannot avoid offenses, you can never get taste, even decades of chanting. We have seen people are chanting 30, 40, 50 years, still they cannot get the sukriti, because there is a kind of aparad, or the offenses still manifest in their heart. So there we discussed about all the 10 offenses that has to be avoided. Then offenses against the deities. Then after that, 64 limbs of bhakti. All right. Then number 9, further consideration, devotional principle. Number 10, we discussed on techniques of hearing and remembering. Number 11, aspects of transcendental service. What are the aspects? Number 12, further aspects of transcendental service. And last 13, we spoke on 5 potent forms of devotional service. And here, number 14, we're going to discuss devotional qualification. What is that devotional qualification? All right, it's quoted in Eastern Sea, second wave, text 248. And who is quoting? This is quoted by Srila Jiva Goswami. Jnana Vairagya Yayor Bhakti Praveshayopayogita Ishat Prattamam Eveti Nangatvam Uchitam Tayo. Some scholars, all right, recommended that knowledge and renunciation are important factors. All right. Some scholars, some see of the truth, they say recommend knowledge and renunciation are important. We must have knowledge, we have renunciation are important factors. Okay, for elevating oneself to devotional service. That means come to the level of devotional service. First of all, we must have knowledge. Like some we say, right? Oh, I'll come to the temple, I come and perform devotional. I want to study first. I go and study, but end of the day, when you study, and after that, you feel you're quite kind of renounced, because when you start to study, you become you become more intelligent. You start to see life in a very different aspect. You tend not to have so much of greed and lust, which is natural. because you're getting intelligent. You're becoming more and more clever. Okay. So we think, okay, I come for online classes, I attend these things, I study my books, I gain knowledge. Then through that, I achieve renunciation, I can chant more rounds, I feel good and everything. This is the factors for elevating one to devotional service. Okay. But the thing is, the shocking part is, but that is actually not the fact. Rupa Goswami said, no, that's not the fact. Just merely knowledge and feeling renounced is important, but actually that's not the fact. That's not important. So then what he said, actually the cultivation of knowledge and or renunciation, actually the cultivation of knowledge. So we are cultivating knowledge. Okay, what we are harvesting, harnessing, cultivating the knowledge or renunciation, which is only favorable for achieving the footing in Krishna consciousness. That means it's just like a step one into Krishna consciousness. Okay, it can be accepted in the beginning. Please underline the statement. It can only be accepted in the beginning. All right, it's starting. But ultimately, they may also come to be rejected. Can you imagine? Oh boy. So that's why in devotional, in Nectar of Devotion, it is the thing, step by step. So we think, oh, okay, I need to study Bhakti Loka, Harinam Chintamani, this, then the Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, gain my knowledge. I want to be very intelligent. And through that intelligence, I'm becoming more sober. I can chant 16 rounds. I can chant 32 rounds. I can chant 64 rounds. And by doing chanting and all this, I'm feeling more and more renounced. I don't endeavor much. I don't over endeavor. I'm cool. I can accept life as it is and everything. But all these things is a step one in footing in devotional service. But maybe later it has to be rejected. What is rejected? Oh, I don't want to study anymore. I don't want to renounce anymore. No, that's not the thing. The idea that only knowledge and renunciation is important, the idea of that has to be rejected. Because the knowledge is a lifelong process. It is not that once you study your Bhagavatam, you are elevated for life. No. You have to go on studying Bhagavatam until your final breath. You have to go on listening to Harikatha until your final moment. All right? But just to think that this is the only summum bonum, this is the only essence of creating devotional service, it has to be rejected. Because for devotional service is not dependent on nothing other than sentiment or desire for such service. All right? So actually what is it? It requires nothing more than sincerity. So it has to have more into sincerity. Right? So it is more is nothing other than the sentiment or desire for such service, but it requires nothing more than sincere. You have to be very sincere. All right. So that's a thing that we're going to discuss in this chapter. Yadube chitta katinya hetu prayasata mate sukumara swabhaveyam bhakti tadetur irita. In this opinion, all right. So now Rupa Goswami is explaining. Okay, he says it is the opinion of expert devotees. All right, this is the opinion of expert devotees that mental speculation and artificial austerities of yoga practice may be favorable for becoming liberated from material contamination. Okay, so what is that the experts are saying? The experts in the field, they are saying, mental speculation, all right, just to tell, mental speculation and artificial austerities, all this kind of yoga practice can be favorable. All right, for what? To become liberated from material contamination. All right, oh, I want to be a vegetarian, I want to be vegan. All right, so what's the point? Even buffaloes are vegan. All right, even buffaloes, cows, horses are vegetarian, vegans. So what's the big deal of you becoming a vegan? Or what's the big deal of you becoming a vegetarian? All right, so it doesn't make any difference. Like some people, we say, oh, I'm a vegetarian. So what? You are a vegetarian. So if you being a vegetarian, are you elevated? Are you become such a great great person? Even Hitler was a vegetarian. Hitler was a vegetarian. So since Hitler is a vegetarian, does it make him a great saint? No, he's such a horrible demon. So this kind of artificial austerities. All right. And after the mental speculation, mental speculation means, I have to be good. I have to follow some kind of morality, do good, think good. serve above self, these kind of things, uh, uh, service above self. There's one phrase that people used to say. So anyway, so these kind of words, you know, sacrifice every Sunday so that you can go and save some dogs, or sacrifice Sunday with your family and you cook something and go and give to the poor, all the beggars on the street, So this kind of mental speculation, doing good to the humanity, Makkal Sevai, Maheshwara Sevai, this kind of ideology. So all these things are simply favorable to become liberated from material contamination. If you become a vegetarian, it's good for your health, right? And if you can go out and help people, you are doing a great favor. You're getting rid of people's hunger, right? It looks like you become more and more sober. You're not agitated. So it's a kind of purification. So it's a liberation from material contamination. But we should understand, they will also make one's heart harder and harder. This thing also will also make one's heart harder and harder, right? So even it cleanses your body and cleanses your mind, but your heart will become harder. Oh, I have to do this. This is my service, this and that. All right. So they will not help at all in the progress of devotional service. Okay. So what is the devotional service means? To melt our heart. Our heart is full of heart. So we want to melt our heart. So in order to melt our heart, we have to this thing. But this kind of social service and this kind of things will make your heart even harder. All right. So it will not help in the progress, because what is our goal here is we want to progress in sadhana bhakti. We want to progress in our devotional service. Okay. So these processes are therefore not favorable for entering into the transcendental loving service of the Lord. So this is not favorable. Okay. Like just now I was watching one video this morning. They were saying about that in Africa. Okay, the guy was telling, stop praying to the Lord. You are just, Africans are wasting time. Stop praying and start thinking. The title is Stop Praying and Start Thinking. They said, from you build a church, build a school. From you keep your mind. So that means, in other words, the ideology of helping the people and this thing will make them even that make them into turn them into more into atheistic view. Okay, it can make them to go into more into atheistic view, but they can never elevate themselves into the transcendental loving the Lord. So Prabhupada explained, actually means what? That means, in other words, so when you see the word actually, there is a point being stressed. All right. So say, like, for instance, now you're telling, that person is this. Okay, this Mr. A, he's a terrible fellow. He's like that. He's such a useless guy, and he's such a nasty fellow. Blah 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 blah. We talk about him and everything. So we talk all the negative things about him. Example. I'm just giving an example in our expression when we speak. But after that, I say this word. But actually, he's such a nice husband. He's such a wonderful son to the parents. He really takes care of the family very nicely. So what does that mean? So when you are talking about something very bad or negative about his finding fault, but when you use the word actually, means we are explaining his true nature. So Prabhupada is explaining here. But actually is what? Krishna consciousness or devotional service itself is the only way of advancing in devotional life. Please underline the statement. So actually, so after saying, no, this is no good, that mental speculation, artificial austerities, all these kind of things will not going to make your heart light. It's only going to for material contamination, this and that. But after the Prabhupada make a point, actually, that means that is the point, the stressing the point that says that Krishna consciousness. And what is Krishna consciousness? Devotional service. So we understand International Society for Krishna Consciousness means International Society of Devotional Servant. Devotional servants. So we are all trying to serve the Lord with devotion. All right. What is devotional service and normal service? Devotional service, you take instruction without even protesting. And you're doing it favorably without expecting any kind of remuneration. You don't expect any kind of salary pay, and you even willing to use your own money to spend it. And you do it without expecting any result, just like the wife serves the husband without expecting any result. The wife cooks nicely, the mother cooks nicely and serve the children. What result she's expecting? She don't expect the child to say, oh, mommy, the food is so nice. Even the children says, what type of food you cooked? Oh my God, rasam without puli. I used to do that to my mother. I asked her, is it rasam or soup? No, you shouldn't take a lot of salt. I said, come on, rasam without puli. What kind of rasam is this? But still my mother don't protest. She don't say, because no expectation. That is devotion. So Krishna conscious means devotional service itself is the only way of advancing in devotional life. There's no other way you can advance in devotional life. So devotional service is absolute. Devotional service is absolute, it's complete. All right. And another thing, the beautiful part is this phrase is quite very interesting. It is both the cause and the effect. It can cause you, it can cause the devotional service that it causes you some thing, and the effect of it is the cause and effect. That's why we call it as absolute truth. Right? The cost of something can be a truth. The cost of existence, the cost the man became a diseased. All right? Because he had a very bad habit in his life. That's why it's the cost. It's the truth. All right? And the effect, now the person is very successful in life because he studied so hard. He worked so hard. The effect. That also can be said truth. But what is absolute truth? The absolute truth, when we understand the cause and the effect. Paramporul. Absolute truth means Paramporul, the supreme absolute truth. Absolute truth, the cause and the effect. All right? That's why he says, Ishvara Paramakrishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. The cause of all causes and the effect. So, it's the both causes. So, the Supreme Personality Godhead is the cause and effect of all that be. All right? There's a word for Sukumara. I forgot what does it mean. Okay. Anyway, so the cause and effect of that be, and to approach him, which is the absolute, okay, is the process of devotional service, which is also absolute, has to be adopted. Okay, have you all underlined the statement here? Rupa Goswami, in this phrase, in this verse, he explained basically everything. Such a scholar. Okay, can you see that? Right? He is the cause and effect, and to approach him, which is the absolute, because it's the cause and effect, right? Is the process of devotional service. Approaching him is the process, right? And which is also absolute, and this has to be adopted. Adopted means what? The thing is given to you as option in life. You can take it or reject it. All right, you can take it or reject, or you can take it or leave it. All right, just like you go to the buffet, there's so many varieties of food that's served. It depends on that day, your mood and your chitarasa, your taste bud. So what do you feel like eating on that day? So you simply go to the plate where the food that you desire has been prepared. Okay, so it is all given to you as an optional. Oh, today I don't want to eat something heavy. I just prefer to become a fruitarian. I feel my stomach has not digested yesterday's food. So I just want to eat some fruits. Right? Or some simply say, oh, I have not eaten yesterday because I don't take dinner. And today I don't take lunch. And today's breakfast, I didn't take much. But lunch, I'm going to whack. So all depends on you. So it's all served to you. And it's optional for you to take it or leave it. So just take that option for you. So one of the option that given to you in this life is dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. The 5 things is given to you. The option is there in the buffet. Or then you have this kind of speculative knowledge like morality, philanthropic, then what do you call, that's another word, philanthropy, then yeah, what is it?
Altruism.
Altruism. Then another one is those who build hospital, what they call that? Philanthropic.
Charity.
No, that's a word, philanthropy, altruism. Then another one is what? Krishna. Okay, anyway, so all kind of ism there, all right? So everything is given, okay, buffet. But after that, there's one particular place which is not so much of people. Here you see so many people are there. But there's one corner that side, you see a place which is not so popular. All right, not so popular. And that's a place the devotional service buffet counter is set up. You have to take it. So, but the condition is, you want to come there, you have to give up all these kind of things. All right, so like that. So that's why Prabhupada says it has to be adopted. Okay, adopted means what? You have to accept it and start to practice it. All right. So, okay. So this is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita by the Lord himself. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita by the Lord himself. One can understand me only through devotional service. Okay. A person can only understand Krishna only through devotional service. Okay. So in the beginning of his teaching in the Gita, the Lord said to Arjuna, because you are my devotee, okay, because you are my devotee, I shall teach you the secret to you. Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam. Right? So I shall teach you, because you are my devotee, I shall teach you these secrets to you. So that means Vedic knowledge means ultimately to understand the Supreme Lord. That is that Vedic knowledge. Ultimately, our idea is to understand the Supreme Lord. And the process of entering into the kingdom is devotional service. Please underline this statement. The process of entering into the kingdom of Krishna, it is called the devotional service. And that is accepted by all authentic scripture. It is accepted by all authentic scripture. That means the scripture which is recognized, not any other scriptures. So the mental speculators neglect the process of devotional service. And simply by trying to defeat others in philosophical research, they fail to develop the ecstasy of devotional service. Any questions so far? Okay, no question. All right. Okay. Now let's look at from Tatraiva, what they call in Srimad Bhagavatam. Yata Tatraiva 11th Canto, chapter 20, text 31. Who's speaking? Krishna is speaking to Uddhava, because in chapter 11, Canto 11, that all these are Krishna is speaking to Uddhava. Okay, let's look at this. Tasman mat bhakti. Tasman mat means me. Bhakti upon me. Yuktasya yogino vai mat atmanaha. Na jnanam na cha vairakyam prayashreyo bhavit iha. So 11th canto, 20th chapter, verse 31, Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna says, yes. See, the Krishna says here, my dear Uddhava, is speaking to Uddhava. Okay, he is speaking to Uddhava. Okay, he say, my dear Uddhava, for a person who was seriously engaged in my service, okay, vairakyam, all right? So, seriously engage in my service, all right? And the cultivation of philosophical speculation and artificial renunciation. Sorry. This is not the word vairagya, all right? Bhakti yuktasya. Okay, that's a seriousness, okay? A person who are seriously engaged in my service, cultivation of philosophical speculation and artificial renunciation. Artificial, na jnanam. Jnana means artificial. Na means no. Okay, artificial intelligence. And na cha vairakyam, artificial renunciation. are not favorable. Okay. So are not favorable. When a person becomes my devotee, Krishna says, when a person becomes my devotee, he automatically attains the fruits of renunciation and material enjoyment. Okay. So what he says, a person, Krishna says to Uddhava, a person who was seriously engaged in my service, the cultivation of philosophical speculation and artificial renunciation are not very favorable. They're not important. You no need to do that. When a person becomes my devotee, Krishna says, he automatically attains the fruits of renunciation and material enjoyment. And he gets what he get? And he gets sufficient knowledge to understand absolute truth. And he gets sufficient knowledge to understand the absolute truth. So that is the test of advancement in devotional service. The test of advancement in devotional. A devotee cannot be in darkness because the Lord shows him the special favor and enlighten him from within. He enlightened him from within. All right. So now let's look at the next one. Kintu jnana viraktyadi sadhyang bhaktyaiva siddhyate. Yata tatraiva. Chapter Canto 11. Chapter 20, text 32 and 33. Yat karma viryat tapasa jnana vairakyataschayet yogena dana dharmena shreyo bir itarairapi sarvang madbhakti yogena madbhakto labatenjasa svarga pavargam maddama katanchit yadi vanchati. So what it says here? In the 11th canto, chapter 12, verse 32 and 33. Srimad Bhagavatam, the Lord further instruct Uddhava. The Lord further instruct Uddhava. He said, my dear friend, the profit derived from fruitive activities. Okay. The profits derived from fruitive activities, austerities, and culture of philosophical knowledge, renunciation, and the practice of mystic yoga, charity, and all our similar auspicious activities are automatically achieved by my devotees. All right. So karma bir, tapasa. Karma bir means material like this thing. Tapasa, austerity, jnana, knowledge, vairagya, what they call a renunciation, or vairagya. Vairagya means renunciation. Then yogena, mystic speculation, yoga. Dana means austerity. Dharmena, religiosity. Shreyobir iteri apisha. Right? So all these things are, okay? So all these things are similar auspicious activities. That's dharmena. Shreyobir iteri api. So automatically, sarvam mad bhakti. Yogena mad bhakto labate. So sarvam mad bhakti. All these things are automatically achieved by my devotees. Mad bhakto, my devotees. Mad means mine. Sarva mad bhakto, all achieved. Yogena, all these things are simply achieved. All right? By my devotees. Then after that, Krishna says, but those who are simply attached to me by loving service, these devotees have everything at their disposal. All right? So, sarva pavargam, svarga pavargam, maddama katanchit yat vanchati. So, those devotees who are those devotees have everything at their disposal. And who? Those who are simply attached to him in loving service. They devotee everything at their disposal. Just ask, what do you want? All are there, prepared for you. But the thing is, they desire nothing outside of devotional service. They have no desire outside of that. If ever a devotee should desire some material profit, like promotion to heavenly planet, Svarga Pavargam, Svarga, heavenly planet, or some kind of spiritual profit, okay, or go to Vaikunta, okay, Maddama. Maddama means my place. Vaikunta, by my causeless mercies, desire are easily fulfilled. So now, this is the thing. So for devotee, anything that you can ask for, everything has been prepared. So simply you ask and Krishna will give. But sometimes we may think, hey, after I become a devotee, I become a poor man, right? Or after I become a devotee, it looks like Krishna have taken away everything. But why is that so? Krishna, once we surrender to Krishna, Krishna wants you back, right? And he gives you according to your capacity. He doesn't want to abundantly give you. Because when he gives you abundantly, you may not think of him. I shouldn't say you, I may not think of him. Huh? See, whenever Krishna gives me a very limited amount, say 1,000 a month, someone other I make 1,000 a month, I have to live within that 1,000 a month. But what happens suddenly? Krishna give me in abundance. He give me 50,000, 100,000 a month. What will I do? Do you think I can still practice sadhan bhakti? Let's think about it. Let's think if I were to have 100,000 windfall, all right? Or you do some kind of project, suddenly you get at least 100, 200, 500,000 windfall. What will happen? The big money suddenly you have as a windfall will at least will guide you to miserable condition of life. Any one of you have experienced that? Okay, now I give you some example. I know a person, especially it is quite common for a retirees. A person is working for a 3 to 5,000 ringgit income all his life. He doesn't make much money, only get that much of money, and he's been working that all that. When he turns 60 years old, 55 or 60 years old, he is allowed to withdraw his entire EPF. He have not seen such a windfall in his life. But when suddenly after he retire, he start to see $500,000 in his account. 500,000 worth of money suddenly given to you. A person who have not seen such a money, suddenly they see big money, what will happen? Oh, now you see the way they walk. The wife will be decorated with all the latest ornaments, jewelry and gold. They start to travel the world. They like to go to India, go do this. And the worst part of it, they start to renovate the house. After all the money is over, that's it. That's why they say after retirement, people tend to die quicker. Have you seen that? Have you heard about that? Vaishnava Prabhu, have you heard about that? After retirement, the chances of mortality is higher.
Even my brother, I see him. There I been my elder brothers.
What happened?
He got on. And when they retire, they give you a certain amount of money, the EPF and all that. And immediately he was enjoying and all that. Conk talk.
Yeah. So that's the thing. And imagine, that's why Krishna doesn't want to grant you. Krishna doesn't want you to get stuck. You understand? Now you see how merciful Krishna is. Because when I do Sankirtan, I've seen one family. Such a huge house. The place which doesn't make sense at all. If you want to buy a big house, huge house, or make a house, get a land or go to some upper standard neighborhood. But that place is just like a normal neighborhood, middle class neighborhood. He bought a corner house and built a huge. The entire corner lot was taken over and fantastic. Then we went there. There was one dim light, tube light was there in the house. And we just say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Then suddenly one old man come out. He said, yes. Oh, you all are Hare Krishna, please come in. I said, we are on Damodar Puja. We want to come and light a lamp in your house. Please come, please come. Went in. Even when we sing, we can hear our own echo. Then I was thinking, is it the house just newly built? Or no, I've been listening. Then after the old man, then after that one old lady came, they are so frustrated. Right? Until the lady said, there's some kota drinks, that Drinho and all these kind of, there's box drinks in the fridge. Please go and help yourself. She don't even have the ability to get up and go and open the fridge and give us that drinks. Say, if you don't mind, can you, because I'm having a leg pain. See, it doesn't matter. I just came. I said, how are you doing? Why you look all, I look so frustrated. Then that man was telling, I've been working as a laborer all my life. All right. Then I have around 3 or 4 children, 4 or 5 children. And after that, after retirement, I thought they all going to be with me. I got my EPF money. I used all my money and built such a house. And now no one is with me. All have left. And this year, Deepavali also, I don't know how many will be coming back. So the only thing that we are always sitting and hoping, when my children going to come, when my grandchildren going to come and pay a visit. Even nowadays, school holidays, when the school holiday comes, I call my grandchildren, please come. They say, no, I got badminton, I got this, I got that. So frustrated. The frustration is not they are visiting. The frustration on wrong investment. So the money can create disaster actually. So that's why Krishna says, well, I am there willing to give you, but are you prepared? I don't want to give you so much until you get entangled with it. Because I love you so much. I love you so much. I really want to take care of you. I just give you what is sufficient for you. What is the point having more than you need? You know, the more you have, the more security you need to have, the more this thing you need. If not, you'll be victim of cyber crime. You'll be victim of this. You got itchy hand. Suddenly, one fellow come and tell you, come and invest in this forex business. You come and invest in this kind of MLM business, and you just put the money there. And halfway they'll take and run. Then you get very frustrated. Then you come and curse me. Oh Krishna, why you did this to me? All the decision you make yourself. Then at the end of the day, I will get it. Huh? Then after that, then you go for a police case. Then you go into so much of frustration. And the time when you start to earn money, they say, why not come for a meeting? You'll forget your sadhana. You're supposed to chant. You're supposed to do your puja. You're supposed to do your tulasi prayer, everything. You give up all that, start to dress up in a modern this thing, go to the place. Yeah, I can do it. What is more? What is impossible in human life? In human, when a man think, all right, faith move mountain. As a man, I can achieve something, blah, 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 blah. What happened to all the principle of renunciation? Your renunciation principle is gone. Your attachment to Krishna is gone. Dependency on Krishna is gone. You start to think that you are a hero. And because of that being that hero mentality, we fall into this material condition of life. And we struggle here for time immemorial. I don't want that to happen to you anymore, my dear son or daughter. I can't wait to have you with me. I'm longing for your service. I'm longing to serve you. Come back. All right. But here the statement says, I can give you anything you want. All right. And when he gives, when you are ready. Like what happened in ISKCON Ipoh. Right. Ipoh, our center. We are always deprived of money. We usually don't have money. Every time there'll be quarrel, there'll be this and that. So every time there'll be like challenges. All right. And last year, when we start to see that after that Janmashtami, we will have 500 surplus. After spending all the money, we will have near 500, few hundred. But this year, when we start to do this Mangala Arati program and we start to create devotees, when we start to do, every day they go Sankirtan, there's so much of transformation start happening. And some of the devotees also attend this class in the morning. And when Krishna start to see some kind of sincerity and kind of this thing, this year, miraculously, we start to see so much abundance in money. The money keep flowing in. This year, we have almost 70 people donated. Can you imagine? They donated from 10 ringgit up to 3,000 ringgit. How many people? Almost 70. And I was thinking, look, I'm the festival chairman. I'm just look at the money keep coming and coming and coming and coming and coming. People are donating. Why? Right? Some say, oh, you are doing. I say, no, I'm not doing, because we are creating, because our sadhana is good and everything. Krishna is willing to give us. So now we are planning to renovate our toilet upstairs, and we want to set up our guest room, because we don't have a guest room in our temple. People come there, they don't even dare to stay in our guest room. It's so dirty and terrible. I say, let's renovate the place, renovate a proper toilet, and make it a breakfast room. So there's a thing. So Krishna will supply. All right. But the beautiful part is Krishna supplies whenever you need. So we can just simply live a carefree life. This idea I got in the morning, when I drop my children to school, my children do not even need to think of anything. Because when they get down, I just take 2 ringgit, I just put it in their hand, take it, the money, school money, right? So my daughter, 2 days ago, she said, oh, I don't have what they call, I don't have change. So I only had 5 ringgit and I gave it to my little one. I came back and asked, she came back, she looked so healthy and so vibrant. Then I told her, let's take prasadam, lunchtime. I said, no, I saw she eats so little. So why is that? Then when I checked her back, she drank extra 1 cup of yogurt. She ate extra fruit and everything. So what happened? Because I gave her extra, she spent all the money in sense gratification. And she come back, she couldn't take a lunch, and at last she feels sick. One box of one UHT milk and yogurt. Imagine milk and yogurt goes into your stomach. What will happen to you? She mismanaged. So similar like that. Okay. So that's the thing. When we simply surrender to Krishna, Krishna will take care of everything. All right. So now let's look at the next one. Ruchim udvatahastatra janasya bhajane hare vishayeshu garishtopi raga prayog viliyate. Right. Actually, then now again the word we see actually. A person who is developing Krishna consciousness, a person who is mentioning this, Rupa Goswami is mentioning, a person who is developing Krishna consciousness, but still has some attachment to material enjoyment. All right, a person still attached, but there's still some attachment to material enjoyment, will soon be freed from such tendency by regularly discharging devotional service under the instruction of bona fide spiritual master. Right? So, sometimes when we feel that we are still engaging in but still there is some drop of material attachment and everything. All right. So what will happen? Will soon be freed. It soon be free because the devotional service is so purifying. Being attached materially is very improper and impure. So what is this? Similarly, it will be freed from such tendency by regularly discharging devotional service. So we don't need to worry. Sometimes we say, oh, if I come to Hare Krishna, I didn't know. You don't need to worry about all that. All right. You make a decision how you want to lead your life. Nobody here is going to tell you, oh, give up your material opulence, come and surrender to Krishna. You know, why you need to have a big car, sell off and just buy one kanchil is enough. Nobody's going to tell you that. Krishna in your heart, through the spiritual master mercy, you will get such inspiration. You will start to downgrade yourself and try to like get rid of all the things that create attachment or unnecessary things, right? So like that. Okay. So now it's 10, 11. Shall we just take a short break? Just, okay, now it's 10, 11. Just take 2 minutes break, toilet break. All right. If we overshoot today a bit until 11, 11:15, is that okay?
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay. See how much we can go through this chapter. If possible, try to complete this chapter by today. All right. This is another important verse. Anashaktasya vishayan yatartam upayunjata nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yukta vairakyam uchyate. Right? It's quoted here. So Rupa Goswami then recommended. Okay. Anashaktasya vishayan. Where is this verse from? I think it's from Nectar of Instruction, is it? So familiar. I can't recall where this was quoted from. Anashaktasya vishayan yatarham upayunjata nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yuktam vairakyam uchyate. So Rupa Goswami then recommend that one should not be attached to material sense enjoyment. All right? Anashaktasya vishayan. So don't get what they call attached to material sense enjoyment, but should accept everything enjoyable in relationship with Krishna. Yukta vairakyam uchyate. Yukta vairakyam means everything that is enjoyable, everything that is thing, you use it in Krishna's relationship. Okay. For example, eating is necessary and one wants to have some palatable dishes. All right. Eating is necessary and sometimes people want to eat some palatable dishes to satisfy senses of taste. So in that case, for a satisfaction of Krishna, for the satisfaction of Krishna rather than the satisfaction of the tongue, some palatable dishes may be prepared and offered to Krishna first. You feel like eating some nice food. So, okay, fair enough. You feel like eating pizza. All right. Oh, I love pizza. Simply make a pizza and offer to Krishna and eat it. And this is called renunciation. Right. Even you want to do it, use Yukta Vairagya. All right. Let the palatable dish be prepared. Let it be prepared. Okay. Unless they are offered to Krishna one should not accept them for eating. Unless the thing is not a prasadam, don't eat it. Okay. So this vow of rejecting anything which is not offered to Krishna is actually renunciation. All right. So maybe we can start from there. Step 1 of renunciation. I cook everything and I offer to Krishna. And anything is not offered to Krishna, I will not take. But of course, it's kind of austerity and renunciation. How can it be renunciation? I feel like eating pizza, right? I feel like eating pizza and it's a sense gratification. I make pizza, offer to Krishna, I eat it. Where does renunciation idea come from? The come when it happened like this, say you are going to your relative's house, your relative who are staunch vegetarian, and she's a good cook, and she makes a very nice pizza and said, hey, I got a pizza. Come, let's have fun. But you go there, what do you say? I will not eat anything which is not offered to Krishna. So what are you going to do? You're not going to eat that pizza. And that is renunciation. Now you understand? Okay. And such renunciation are able to satisfy the demand of the senses. So you don't let the senses to go haywire. You tell the senses, once the thing is offered, I'm going to eat it. If not, I'm not going to eat it. All right. So sometimes you go there, oh, nice dishes, or sometimes you go for a wedding. All right. They got a vegan, because we as a vegetarian, when you go out, we don't say vegetarian. Because vegetarian means they can put onion, they can put garlic, they can even put egg. That's the worst part. They can put egg. I don't understand where the vegetarian idea about lacto-vegetarian, you know, what they call? Mayo or some kind of nonsense word lah. You know, vegetarian. And they will have a mayonnaise all with egg. Oh, egg can eat vegetarian. So in order to play safe, what we say, we are vegan diet. We don't take anything animal origin. All right, in order to play safe, right? So like that. So suddenly you go there, there's something nice, but you say, oh my God, so nice, but you're not going to eat it. So that is renunciation also. All right, then again, it's quoted here. Prapanchikataya buddhya hari sambandhi vastuna mumukshubi parityago vairakyam palgu katyate proktena lakshanenaiva bhaktir adhikritasya cha angatva sunirastepi nityadya kila karmanam jnanasyadhyatmikasyapi vairagyasya cha palguna spartatartam punar api tat evedam nirakritam palguna. All right, that's the word for palguna. I keep repeating here. Parityaja Falgu. Falgu. Okay, what is Falgu? It's a river Falgu in India, in Gaya. All right, there's a sand and the river flows under the, usually the river is above the sand. But here the Falgu river is below the sand. There's a sand. When you just dig the sand, there's a water. So the river that flows under the sand, Falgu river. All right, let's look at this. So now, the impersonalists who try to avoid everything material, the impersonalists or the Mayavadi, they want to avoid everything material. We will undergo severe austerities, right? They undergo severe austerity, just undergo so much severe austerity, but they miss the opportunity of being engaged in the service of the Lord. They go through this, but they don't engage. They miss the opportunity to serve the Lord. Thus, their renunciation is not sufficient for perfection. There may be many instances where following such artificial renunciation without any correct devotional service, the impersonalists again fell down. The impersonalists again fall down and become attracted to material contamination. Okay, so there are many supposed renouncers even at the present moment who officially become sannyasi. Okay, Prabhupada is explaining there's so many people that officially become sannyasi or renouncer. All right, and outwardly claim that spiritual existence and truth, material existence, untruth. They say the spiritual existence is truth and material existence is untruth. In this way, they artificially make a show of renunciation of the material world. However, because they cannot reach the point of devotional service, they fail to achieve the goal and they again come back to the material activities. Such philanthropic work and political agitation. All right, they come back to the philanthropic work and political. Now you can see even the Maharashtra Chief Minister, Yogi Aditya. So this is one example. They say, oh, I'm a yogi, I'm a sannyasi, but still they are not engaging in devotional service. They again fall down they come back to the material activities like philanthropic work or political agitation. He became a chief minister. There are many examples, so-called sannyasis who gave up the world of untruth, but first they say give up the world as untruth. They say the world is not true, but again come back to the material world because they were not seeking their real purpose, real repose of the lotus feet of the Lord. So this is what they call Falgu Vairagya, Falgu. So the river Falgu, when you see, it's not a river. I mean, it runs under the soil. When you go and dig the sand, the thing runs underneath. So this is artificial. All right. That means artificially the place looks like no water, but when you dig inside, there is water. So artificially you renounce in front. Okay, you just put a show, oh, I'm a renouncer. But deep inside there is a flow of desires. This is called Falgu Vairagya. So next time when you read this thing word, the Falgu or Palguna, Palgu or Palgu, so we understand the Falgu means it's a sea, it's a river in Gaia. Usually when the people go and do that rituals for the forefathers, they go to Gaia to do this ritual. They do it in that Falgu river. Right? There's a Vishnu Pada. So you just pray and they put the Vishnu Pada, they put in the Falgu river. One day when the water comes, it just flow off everything. So something like that. So they call Falgu Vairagya. So that means it's the artificial way. Outwardly, you look so renounced, but inwardly, you have a flow of desires going very strongly. One should not give up anything actually, which can be utilized in the service of the Lord. Prabhupada said very nicely. Don't give up. You should not renounce anything. You should not give up, which can be utilized in the service of the Lord. All right. This is a secret of devotional service. Can you imagine? Please underline. So the secret of devotional service. So no, we are not asking you to give up everything, give up your house, give up everything, become a pauper and come and stay in there, go house to house and back. No, that has been happening in those days. But in the modern era, it's not that way. Right? You like to stay in a palace. Why not all of us got together, work and build one palace and we stay together? The palace of Krishna, the palace of Prabhupada. Prabhupada built all beautiful buildings around the world. Right? And all the centers around the world. It's all, this is Prabhupada built a house where everybody can live in. So if you think you want to have a beautiful, huge house and everything, simply move to Krishna temple. Don't give up. Oh, I want to go into the jungle and meditate. For what? I want to go and I just want to build one hut and go into like a bhajana kutir. I want to sit there and chant Hare Krishna. For what? So simply utilize everything. Yukta Vairagya. You use everything for the service of the Krishna. All right? And this is the secret of devotional service. So anything that can be utilized in advancing Krishna consciousness, anything that can be used for advancing in and devotional service should be accepted. For instance, we are using many machines for the advancement of the present Krishna conscious movement. Prabhupada is explaining. We are using many machines to spread Krishna consciousness. So machines like, what are the things Prabhupada explaining? Like typewriters, dictating machine, tape recorders, microphone, airplane, car, all these kind of things. Okay. There was just imagine nowadays sannyasis, monks are traveling in the plane, which is never heard of. Those days sannyasis only walk from one place to one place. And now they fly by plane. They go to one place and they're using this cell phone, computer. All these things are as long it can be used for Krishna service. So Prabhupada explaining, because he used these machines like typewriter, dictating machine, tape recorder, microphones, airplane. Sometimes people ask, hey, why are you utilizing material product if you condemn the advancement of material civilization? There's so many people ask Prabhupada, right? Since you are condemning the material civilization, but why are you using it? But actually, Prabhupada says, we do not condemn. We do not condemn. Please underline this statement. So actually, what is happening here? So Prabhupada is not condemning. But what he's doing, we simply ask people to do whatever they are doing in Krishna consciousness. Simple as that. We simply ask people to do whatever they are doing in Krishna consciousness. This is the same principle of which in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna advised Arjuna to utilize the fighting ability in devotional service. Arjuna says that. Don't fight for your own sense gratification. Fight on my behalf. So similarly, we are utilizing these machines for Krishna service. With such sentiment of Krishna or Krishna consciousness, we can accept everything. If the typewriter can be utilized in advancing our Krishna consciousness movement, we must accept it. Similarly, the dictating machine or any other machine must be used. Our vision is that Krishna is everything. Our vision is that Krishna is everything. That's supposed to be our vision. Krishna is the cause and effect. He's the cause and effect, absolute truth. And nothing belongs to us. Krishna's things must be used in the service of Krishna. That is our vision. Prabhupada explained that. I hope you have underlined all these things. If you're doing Bhakti Sastri, this is one of the questions they ask you. It's an important question. This does not mean, however, that we should give up the principle of discharging devotional service or neglecting abiding the rules and regulations prescribed therein. All right? So we should give up the principle of discharging devotional service. This doesn't mean, all right? So in the neophyte stage means Kanishta, starting of devotion, one must follow all the principles. What is that following the principle? Vaidhi sadhana. So for us to elevate from neophyte, we want to elevate from neophyte to the next level, we must follow all the regulative principles. Or Vaidhi sadhana. That's what we are studying now. Principle regulated by the authorities of the spiritual master. Regulated, I mean, it's given by the authority of spiritual master. The acceptance and rejection of things should always be in pursuance of the devotional principle. So accepting or rejecting should always be in the pursuance or in the idea of devotional principle. Not that one can independently manufacture some idea that should be accepted or rejected. All right? Right? So the spiritual master as the visible manifestation of Krishna. Now, this is another important term. Please look at this very seriously. The spiritual master as the visible manifestation of Krishna is necessary, therefore. Right? So the spiritual master as the visible manifestation. So that means you can't see Krishna. But you see Krishna, the manifestation visibly, is in the form of spiritual master. Okay? Manifest Krishna is a necessary, therefore, to direct the devotees on behalf of the Supreme. So he comes and direct you. So Krishna don't come down personally to you. Krishna's send his representative according to your mood and mission. Oh, I am a very staunch devotee. You will get a staunch spiritual master. According to your flavor. He'll come and act according to your flavor. Right? And he will come here and he will advise you according to your flavor. Right? Sometimes they ask me, oh, you're doing maybe certain things. So my spiritual, no, you do that. So he knows. So what is the ultimate goal? Train you according to your flavor, that one day you become a serious devotee and you achieve the prema, bhava and prema. That is the goal of spiritual master. When you see my spiritual master, keep talking about that. You want to attain prema. You want to attain prema. You want to attain prema, you do this. You want to attain prema, you do this. You do attain prema, do this. What is the reason? Because prema is the ultimate goal. Right? Now, Dana Shishyadibir Dwarer Ya Bhaktir Upapadyate Viduratvat Uttamatta Hanyatasya Nangata. The spiritual master must never be carried away by an accumulation of wealth of large numbers of followers. Another thing, the spiritual master should not be carried away. Because once you become a spiritual master, you see, all the dakshana and all these things, the large follower, they should not be carried away with so much of wealth or the large followers. A bona fide spiritual master, that means the proper spiritual master, will never become like that. But sometimes, if a spiritual master is not properly authorized and only on his own initiative becomes a spiritual master, that means a person sometimes is not authorized. It's not from the parambara. Out of suddenly I just wake up, I feel, hey, I got a lot of followers online, I got a lot of followers this, I got a lot of, and people say I'm good. Okay, why not I become a spiritual master? So tomorrow I'm just going to get one danda and says, from now onwards, my name is His Holiness Padita Tarna Jagannath Goswami. What will happen? Right? I am a Goswami Pat, Padita Tarna Jagannath Goswami Pat. I am a sannyasi. I am a guru. Come and take initiation. Every initiation pay me 700, 1000. Like some bogus gurus will do, like what? In some of they do it in nowhere in Putrajaya Convention Center. One day rental 70,000 and they can afford. And all that stupid people, idiots, all right, and who are materially elevated, doctors, engineers, professors, all these kind of, in other words, rascals. What does rascal means? Total inability to use intelligence. We say idiot means some silly guys. Stupid means, oh, you cannot identify, you cannot do critical thinking. At that moment, you cannot critical think. Hey, you're so stupid. You should do this way, because at that moment, you cannot do critical thinking. Right? Idiot means you don't understand. I'm telling you don't understand. But what is rascal means? Inability to use your intelligence. Absolutely, you are, this thing. So even though you're educated and you're not following, in other words, rascal means extreme or supreme idiocy. So these kind of rascals will follow, and therefore will be wearing coat suit with his wife, and the wife passed away also. It's not mentioned. Can you imagine the goddess passed away? Right? He come there and you'll be still standing, you do some mantra, someone in coat suit, nice, well-tailored coat suit, and all these idiots will come, pay him 700. What he'll do, he just tap the backside, tap the backside and pull the thing up. Why? They say, I am activating a Kundalini Shakti. All the Kundalini Shakti at the back, Kundalini Shakti, at the 30 elpi. So these kind of nonsense things happening. And imagine thousands of fellows are this thing. Once I was in Subang Jaya, right? Near the Subang Hospital, there's one big convention center. So in Subang Jaya Medical Center, there I went there for some kind of, I think for my meeting or something like that, because my meeting is the other side. There's so many people, all dressed up so nicely, bus after bus, all wearing tie, long sleeve, Then I went to one Indian shop there, there's a vegetarian place. Then I saw all of them. I said, who are you guys? I said, some kind of what, MA meeting or what? I said, no, Guru Maharaj is here. Who's that Guru Maharaj? Guruji. Who's that Guruji? Oh, they say so and so. So we are going there for an initiation. Initiation? Oh, how? Oh, you won't understand. You create that Kriya Shakti. It can make you create some kind of protection around you. Say, how much? Only 700. So my whole family, I said, what? Oh, I'm a doctor. I'm kind of bogus, guys. So these kind of things are very dangerous. The blind leads the blind and fall into the ditch. Right? Like that, there are so many bogus. Right? There's one guy, Maharaji, Guru Maharaji or something like that. He even owns his own plane. Donald Trump need to work so hard, create a business empire, and he owns his own plane. But this joker simply going around giving some nonsense word jugglery, he owns his own plane. Prem Rawat, I think, if I'm mistaken, his name, Prem Rawat, Guru Maharaji or something like that. Because my wife's side family, grandmother, all so much into that Prem Rawat group. Right? So these kind of nonsense things are there. So it says that sometimes the spiritual master is not properly authorized and only by his own initiative become a spiritual master. He may be carried away by accumulation of wealth and large numbers. He can get carried away with all the large number of disciples. And he is not very high grade in devotional service. All right. Now, Prabhupada warned, if a person is carried away by such achievement, what happened? His devotional service becomes slackened. One should therefore strictly adhere to the principle of disciplic succession. Stick to the disciplic succession. If anything happens to our spiritual master, still we have the other masters, other preceptors. We have other preceptors in our line that can save you. That's why we have three types of guru. First, we have what they call Chaitya Guru in your heart that inspire you. Diksha Guru that gives you initiation. And Siksha Guru that gives you instruction. We must go on having Siksha Guru until the final moment of life. You can never be without a Siksha Guru. Right? Sometimes they say like a woman, right? When they were young, they are protected by the father. When they are married, they are protected by the husband. But later, when the husband takes sannyas or she becomes a widow, she has to be protected by the son. So the woman has to be protected all her life. Similarly, a devotee has to be protected by siksha, by instruction. I have a spiritual master and I have many siksha gurus. I got an instructing spiritual master. And I have to go on accepting a spiritual, because until I've seen like in one Gaudiya Math movement, the Swamiji has already passed away. And now they have accepted another Maharaj. And now that Maharaj passed away and now they accepted another Maharaj. And of course, they'll chant their pranam mantra. So they have to go on having siksha until the last. You can never stay without siksha. Staying without siksha, it is, you are simply going without any, you're just bringing a fake gun or your gun, water gun, and going to the war field. Right? You are just taking your water gun or taking a play granite, bomb and everything, and try to go into the war. You are sure to be killed at an instant, on the spot. You don't even need to take this. You just simply take the water gun, they shoot you. Who's this crazy guy coming with a water gun to the war? Right? So we must have siksha. Always we must have siksha. And that siksha must come from a disciplic succession. Don't take siksha from other parampara. Even there's 4 authorized paramparas are here, Sri Vaishnava and all the other paramparas are here. Oh, that means, I cannot go. No. When you are in this parampara, stick to this parampara. Sometime when our father passed away, we can still rely on our chittappa or periyappa, father's younger or older brother. Right? Then if they passed away, we depend on Pangali or cousins. And all of them still in our family, our parampara. We don't give up this and go to somebody else and take our association. So must be very careful. Then, what they call, again, Rupa Goswami, all these are instructions of Rupa Goswami. It's no more, it's not quoting from anywhere. He says, Visheshanatvam evaisham shangshrayantya adhikarinang vivekadhyanato misham api nangatvam uchyate krishnon mukam swayam yanti yama shaucha dayastata ityesham chanayuktasya bhaktya angantara padita. Right? Padita. Angantara padita. A Krishna conscious person, naturally purified, being naturally purified, has no need of developing any other purification process or thought or action. Okay? Like, oh, I need to go to Ganga to bathe, to purify myself. All this kind of purificatory system, it is actually not required. Okay. So, no need to develop thought or action. On account of his being highly elevated in Krishna consciousness, he has already acquired all the good qualities of following the rules and regulation prescribed in the mystic yoga system. All the system that has been prescribed in mystic yoga system, the devotee already achieved it. Now the question is, which devotee? I'm already a devotee, so I'm done. No. Those who are on account of him being highly elevated in Krishna consciousness. Right? This is a talk when a person has already gone to Madhyama, highly elevated. So sometimes here in devotees, sometimes they are in cloud 9, thinking, oh, I chant Hare Krishna, this is all meant for. So we have to strive to achieve that. Right? We should not stay in wherever we are. We should not stay in this. That's why we have to take up this bhakti very seriously. Right? So those who are highly elevated in Krishna consciousness, and these are the people has already accumulated good qualities and following the rules and regulation. Okay. For them, mystic yoga process already achieved. Such rules are automatically practiced by the devotees now. So as a devotee, you are already practicing the rules and regulation of mystic yoga. A concrete example is that the quality of non-violence, which is considered a good qualification. Okay, a quality of non-violence is considered a good qualification. And a devotee is naturally non-violent and therefore does not have to practice non-violence separately. Okay, there's a thing non-violence. You don't need to practice separately. Oh, I'm a non-violence mover. No, because naturally you're non-violence. That's why you're a vegetarian. You don't want to eat cruelty. You don't want to be the cause of the animal get killed. Sometimes they say, somebody killing, I'm just eating. No, if you don't eat, they won't kill. Okay, even the sin of killing, you take the part, you also have to suffer. Imagine there's a thief who robbed the bank. Okay, thief robbed the bank. He run. Suddenly, one small bag of money fell down. All right, and you see the money. Wow, there's money, and you open. You see, oh, there's so much of cash. You take the money. Will he be punished by law? Yes or no? What do you think? Prabhus and mothers, do you think he'll be punished by law? Gandhi Mataji, Nanda, Sadguru Mataji, Vaishnava Prabhu, Saras Mataji.
Hare Krishna, you will be, right? You are subordinate to the thief.
But you are not subordinate, but you just found the money, you take the money, you start to spend. Will you be arrested?
Yeah, because it's not yours.
Exactly. It is not yours. So when someone killed that animal and you simply eat the flesh, thinking that somebody killed, I just eat only, do you think you can escape the punishment? No. You also be punished equally of the murderer of that animal. Similarly, when you take the money, you start to enjoy, when they start to find the serial number, they catch you. You can tell, somebody stole the money and drop on the street, I take and enjoy. No, you also part of that, the thief, robbery. So when the robber sentenced to what, 20 years jail, you also get 20 years jail, bhuta.com. so like that, okay? Some people seek purification by joining the vegetarian movement. Okay, the reason I became Hare Krishna devotee because I wanted to be a vegetarian. All right, but thank God I joined the right group. So, vegetarian, but a devotee is automatically a vegetarian. He does not need to practice separately. All right, or join the society of vegetarian. He's automatically a vegetarian. There are many other instances showing that a devotee needn't practice anything but Krishna consciousness. He simply need to practice Krishna. Others he no need to follow. All the good qualities of the demigods automatically develop within him. Can you imagine? What are the qualities? All the good qualities of the devas, all the good quality of the demigods will manifest with that devotee. Not ordinary devotee, but advanced devotee. Okay, always sometimes, okay. And those who are intentionally practicing vegetarian or becoming non-violent may have good qualification of material estimation. Their greatness or good quality according to the material estimation. But these qualifications are not sufficient to make them a devotee. A vegetarian is not necessarily a devotee, nor a non-violent person. But a devotee is automatically both vegetarian and non-violent. We must conclude, therefore, the vegetarianism and the non-violence is not the cause of devotion. Okay, now Prabhupada explained that. All right. So now, here's another few more paragraphs when we are done with chapter 14. Yata Skande. Now it's quoting from Skanda Puran. Itena hyadbhuta vyada tava hingsha dayo gunaha hari bhakta pravrittaye nateshu paratapina. So now Rupa Goswami getting what they call quoting evidence from Skanda Purana. It says in this connection there's a story of Skanda Purana. There's a story in Skanda Purana about the hunter who was converted into a great devotee under the instruction of Narada Muni. All right. So there was a hunter. All right. The hunter was converted into a great devotee. How? Let's look at the story. When the hunter became perfect devotee, he was not prepared to kill even an ant. Once Narada Muni, along with his best friend Parvata Muni, both were traveling. Then they came to the jungle. While they were traveling, they were going through the forest, nice, beautiful forest. And they were so astonished to see all the animal half killed. All the animal half killed. I mean, that means they should shoot the head or shoot the heart to kill it. But it's just like half killed. That means the leg is broken, one leg cut off. You know, the all so like that. And they were saying, who this creates such a horrible thing? Then they found a hunter. When he saw the hunter doing all this kind of nonsense, he was so angry. The hunter's name is Mrigari. Right? Then after some time, then after they said, no, Mrigari, they said, no, you cannot do this, you know, such a horrible thing you have done. All right. So somehow or other, cut the story short, Narada Muni made him a devotee. After he became a devotee, he went to the level, first he said, break the bow and stop killing animals. He said, how am I supposed to feed my wife? Krishna will supply. After that, when he sit and start to chant Hare Krishna, all the villages start to supply him grains. Until he had so much of grain, and he said, no, take away. I don't want, I know this much. So anyway, so after he converted, okay, after and the hunter became perfect devotee, he was not prepared even to kill an ant. Even see the ant, they just like pushed away. They just take the soil, just pushed away. He don't even want to kill that ant. So his friend, Parvati Muni, a friend of Narada, saw the wonderful transformation in the hunter by devotional service and remarked, my dear hunter, your willingness to kill even an ant is not very astonishing. Any person who develops the devotional attitude has all the good qualities automatically manifested in his person. So now he says, a devotee is never cause of distress to anyone. All right. Okay. Now we are here. All right. Tatraiva antasuddhir bahir suddhis tapa shantya dayastata ami guna prapatyante hari seva vikaminam 12263. So here Rupa Goswami affirms herein that purification of consciousness, purification of bodily activities, austerities, peace of mind, etc. all becomes automatic and manifest in the person who engage in devotional service. So when we start to engage in devotional service, we start a purification in consciousness by chanting and reading. Purification of bodily activities. We do not engage in all these kind of sinful things. Austerity, peace of mind, all these things will be automatically attained by the devotee who engage in devotional service. Sa bhaktir eka mukhya sang Sa bhaktir eka mukhyanga trinata naikangi. Sa bhaktir eka mukyanga shrita naikangi katava swavashananusharena nishtata siddhikrit bhavet. And Rupa Goswami also affirms herein that there are 9 different kinds of devotional service, which are listed here. Okay, we are nine different types, which is hearing, chanting, remembering, serving, worshipping the deity in the temple, praying, carrying out orders, serving Krishna as a friend, sacrificing everything for him. Okay, so there are 9 glimpses of devotional service. All right, each and every one of these process is so powerful that even anyone who follows even one single one of them, they are so powerful. Even anyone just follow one of them, he can achieve the desired perfection without fail. All right, please know this. So there are 9 different types. Hearing, if you just can hear attentively, you can achieve perfection. Chanting, if you can chant very nicely, attentively, you can achieve perfection. Remembering, if you can just remember Krishna in every walk of your life, you can achieve perfection. So in previous verse, the 3 important vital things we have studied. The further aspects of devotion is hearing, chanting, and remembering. So as a devotee, and some of you as a new person here, I suggest, let's work on this. Let's hear, let's chant, and let's remember. Others, like serving, worshipping, praying, carrying out orders, serving Krishna and everything, let it come by itself. Because here Rupa Goswami is telling, even if you follow any one of them, but what happens if you follow 3? So when you chant, simply hear. When you hear, simply remember. So that's the goal of this session. one of the goal of this session is I would like to do as a group studies. At the same time that we all are speaking and hearing, I am chanting and you are hearing, and both of us are remembering. Okay. So when I'm talking about this Krishna conscious katha, it is a form of chanting. And when you are hearing, it's also a form of hearing. So when I chant and you hear, what happened? Both of us start to remember him. So it's a kind of group work. All right. So let's just pay full attention to that, right? For example, if one is attached simply by hearing, attached simply to hearing about the Lord, and others are attached to chanting the glories of the name, and both will achieve their desired goal in devotional service. See, as I said, both can distinct. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it has been explained. One may execute 1, 2, or 3, or all in the different process of devotional service. And at that ultimate end means what? The final moment we give up this body, he will achieve the desired goal of being established in devotional service. Who say that? Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's mentioned here in the Shastra called Chaitanya Charitamrita. All right. So that's how powerful. But we are trying to do 3. Tatra ekanga yata gratantare. They have concept example. Wow. Shri Vishnu Shravane Parikshit Abhavat Vaiyasaki Kirtane Pralaya Smarane Tat Angri Bhajane Lakshmi Pratu Pujane Akruratviba Vandane Kapi Patir Dasyat Sankirjuna Sarvatma Nivedana Balir Abud Krishna Ptir Esham Para. Now he's explaining about one by one. Sri Vishnu Shravana Parikshit. Right? Then Prahlad. Then Lakshmi. So there is a, here this verse is explaining one by one personality, how they have achieved perfection. Right? So let's look at that. There are concrete example, not ordinary example. How devotee discharge, how, the word how, one of these service and achieved perfection. Okay, let's see one by one. Number 1, King Parikshit achieved the desired goal simply by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Who? King Parikshit. Simply by hearing, he achieved perfection. Sukadev Goswami achieved desired goal simply by reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. So, Parikshit by hearing, Sukadev by speaking. Now, Prahlad Maharaj became successful in devotions by always remembering the Lord. Okay. Now, Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, was successful by engaging herself in massaging the lotus feet of the Lord. All right. King Prithu becomes successful by worshipping in the temple worship. Who? Prithu Maharaj, who's also Krishna's son. Akrura becomes successful by offering prayers. Hanuman becomes successful by rendering personal service to Lord Ramachandra. And Arjuna becomes successful by being a friend of Krishna. And Bali Maharaj became successful simply by offering all his possession to Krishna, by offering everything. Can you all see that? If any of you can do any of these, you can be successful. So that's why yesterday I sent that message. Okay, out of these, what's the takeaway? So when we, from following too many things, we simply choose one and become ruthless discipline. Ruthless means what? Merciless, ruthless, crazy. It's very, very horrible attitude. That means you're very ruthless. When you talk about determination, when you talk about this is ruthless, crazy, mad. With ruthless discipline. Just let's do this. Chanting, hearing, and remembering. And every day do check and balance about your life in journal. If the journal is not done, my dear Prabhus and mothers, we are still in Falgu devotion, Falgu sadhana. We know, but we don't want to do it. We know that that can solve our problem. All right. But still the underlying current will not let you do it. So you have to simply challenge it. And those who have not started, just think about it. Just a little confession. Or those who have not confession, think about it. Simply, you need to stand in front of the Lord and tell what are the mistakes have you done. It's taking so much of trouble. Your mind is not allowing you. You just need to stand. My dear Krishna, I've done such a crazy thing in my life. I've cheated the person money. I've swindled this person. I murdered that person. Whatever sin you have done, right? And I regret my act. Just this kind of confession is such a hard thing to do. Number two, just to make our confession, our activity, right? When you write down what they call your journaling, simple. Just write down what you have done in that day. And after that, start to contemplate, because you're not going to show this to anyone. Just contemplate. I shouldn't have done this. This, according to what I've understood, you don't need to be a great scholar to understand your life. Just by hearsay from a devotee, oh, actually true, actually, I shouldn't have done. You can't even check and balance. Imagine at the time of death, how can you remember Krishna with faith? Maybe you remember Krishna, that say, Krishna, oh Krishna, help me, Krishna, help me. But do you have the strong faith when you call upon the name of Krishna? So like that. So in this kind of little attempt is a big challenge. Imagine when the ultimate challenges come, can you simply go back home, back to Godhead? Think about it. Think about it. All right. But I am not criticizing, I'm not like scolding or what. I'm just asking you to think, even a little devotional service, we have gone through so much of challenges, because this devotional service is not cheap. This devotional service is like, it's like a it's like a treasure chest that can solve all your financial issues. Or it's like a gemstone. The rarest gem is hidden in the rarest place. Maybe you have to explore one entire mountain just to get one small diamond Kohinoor type of this thing, or maybe Chintamani stone, that you touch anything that turns into gold. It's so rare. That's why it's so expensive, because it's very hard to harvest the thing. If you just take like a normal ordinary stone like pearl and everything, very easy. Right? There's a saying, in this certain nakshatra, in certain place, that you can find that thing. Anyway, so pearls are not so, but why diamond and rubies, and they're so expensive? Because they're not easy to harvest. You have to dig, you have to explode, you have to destroy the entire mountain just to go there and find there's some thing, and to cut it, so much of effort. So the sadhan bhakti is like that. So this is supposed to be an awareness. Even to do these little things is such a big trouble, right? So we have to be determinedly to do it. If you are very determined, Krishna will give you even more energy to fight against it. When Krishna starts to supply energy to fight against this kind of illusion, what the illusion will do? Oh, this guy is really striving for it. I think I should just give him a break. I think I should stop bothering him. Enough of me bothering him for the last millions of births. Just give him a chance. All right. You start to create, because you are empowered by Krishna. So it's very important, right? So this is certain. That's why when you do journaling, you start to understand. A little things you cannot do means that this bhakti yoga, it is so what they call priceless. The simple thing we cannot do is so priceless. It is so this thing. So I should be very grateful I got this opportunity. And I just forcefully go and stand in front of the Lord. I say, my dear Lord, I have done all these kind of things, because your sin and all your karma is like a chakko, it's like holding you back. You have to break away, break free, right? When someone tie your leg to the street, you cannot just simply sit there. You have to somehow or other will struggle. Even you have energy, don't have energy, even try to look for some stone or whatever just to cut the rope and break away, free. You cannot simply sit there and see, because at night the tiger or whatever come and you'll become a dinner for them. You have to fight for it. So similarly, you have to break away all your things with full determination, ruthless discipline. You have to write what you have done. Go to the Krishna and say, my dear Krishna, I've done all this. So when you start to do this, you start to reduce your burden. And your burden start to reduce, you start to feel like jettison. when the ship is going to sink, they throw everything out so to make the ship lighter so it can float. All right, or throw everything into the sea so it can float. So somehow or other you can float and save yourself. So you have to remove all the burdens that has been lying on your shoulder. Get rid of it. So once you get rid of all this burden, you start to flow even easier. All right. So like that. So those who have not done, please don't take any more. Don't take your sweet time. You have to get it done as soon as possible, at least to reduce the burden that you've been carrying all this while. So now I think it's the last. Okay, that's like we are somewhere near already. Another 2 paragraphs. Anekanga yata navame. Savai mana Krishna pada ravindayor vachangsi vaikunda gunanu varnane. Karau harer mandira marjanadishu shrutim chakara chutta satkatodaya mukunda lingalaya darshane drishyav tat britya gatre sparshyanga sangamang Granam cha tat pada saroja saurabe Srimat tulasya rasantam tat arpite Padav hare kshetra padanu sarpane shiro Rishikesha pada vivandane Kamang cha dasya natu kama kamyaya yatottama shloka janashraya ratihi. There are also examples of devotees who have discharged different items altogether. In 9th canto, 4th chapter, verse 18, 19, 20 of Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a statement about Maharaj Ambarish, who followed every one of devotional process, who followed every one of the devotional. Okay. In this verse, Sukadev says, King Ambarish, first of all, concentrate his mind on the lotus feet of the Lord, and then engage his speech in describing the pastimes of the activity of the Lord. He engaged his hands in washing the temple of the Lord. He engaged his ears in hearing the transcendental glories of the Lord. He engaged his eyes in seeing the beautiful deity in the temple. He engaged his body in associating with pure devotees of the Lord. When you associate, now Prabhupada explained here, when you associate with someone who you have sit down together. Okay. So when you associate with someone who have sit down together, eat together, etc., in this way, the touch of your body with this body is inevitable. You cannot avoid from touching its body. So Ambarish Maharaj made this association only with pure devotees and did not allow his body to be touched by anyone else. He engaged his nostrils smelling the flowers or tulasi offered, and he engaged his tongue in tasting Krishna Prasad. Right? Then Maharaj Ambarish also was able to offer very nice prasada to Krishna, and he was able to offer very nice prasadam to Krishna because he was a king and he had no scarcity of finance. He used to offer Krishna the most royal dishes and would then taste the remnants of Krishna prasadam. There was no scarcity in his royal style because he had very beautiful temple wherein the deity of Krishna was decorated with costly paraphernalia and offered high-grade food. So everything was available in his engagement, and he was always completely in Krishna consciousness. So now, the idea is that we should follow in the footsteps of great devotee. If we are unable to execute all the different types of devotional service, we must try to execute at least one of them, Prabhupada says. If we can't do everything, follow at least one, as exemplified by previous acharyas. If we are engaged in execution of all the items, if we are engaged in all the items of devotional service, then the perfection of devotional service is guaranteed and from each of these items. So when you start to follow everything, so some or other, your devotional service, the pure, is guaranteed from any of these. With the first complete engagement, one becomes automatically detached from material contamination. First complete engagement, what happened? One becomes automatically detached from material contamination and liberation, become the maid servant of the devotee. The idea is confirmed by Bilva Mangal Tattva. If one develops, all right, if one develops unalloyed devotion to the Lord, liberation will follow the devotee as his maid servant. We have studied that before, right? The liberation, Moksha Deva, will be standing in front, who has a maid servant and waiting for you to accept his service. All right, the last paragraph. Okay, this is the last one. Shastrotaya prabalaya tan maryadayan vita. Vaidi bhaktir yam kaishchan Maryada Marga Uchyate. So Rupa Goswami says that regulative principle of devotional service are sometimes described by authorities as the path of serving the Lord in opulence. Right? So with that, we have already completed chapter 15. So tomorrow we're going to talk about spontaneous devotional service, which is called Raga Nuga. Now we are going to the Raga Nuga. All right. So now I think we have already completed the first 14 chapters of Nectar of Devotion. The first 14 chapters on Vaidhi Sadhana. So in 14 chapters, those who have missed the class or whatever, please go back to the class and watch the class again. And of course, please keep that's a Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. Try to read further. Okay, we have already done, so no need read again. No, because Vaidhi Sadhana is very important. We have already read everything of Vaidhi Sadhana. Step 1 in devotional service. All right, what is Vaidhi Sadhana means? Step 1 in a serious devotional service. So Vaidhi Sadhana, following the rules and regulation in serving the Lord. All right, starting from tomorrow, we have done the first 14. So starting from tomorrow, we're going to study on Raga Nuga Bhakti. So Raga Nuga Bhakti means it's 15. Okay, Raga Nuga Bhakti means the next level where you are somewhere other from you're perfected, you're Kanishta Adhikari, you're coming into Madhyama Adhikari. All right, it's very important. So I think 14, 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 more chapters to finish part 1 of devotional service. This is the part that even taught in Bhakti Sastri. But we are not going to stop there. We are also going to go to the part 2, part 3, and part 4. We're going to finish the entire Nectar of Devotion. All right. So when you look at this chapter, okay. So we're going to see the Raga Nuga. It's going to be very, very interesting. I got a lot of marking in my book on Raga Nuga. Right. So Raga Nuga, I think we can finish tomorrow. Okay, it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. I think we can finish it tomorrow. Then continue by Monday. Okay, Monday spontaneous further. I think okay, Monday, Wednesday. Yeah, I think by next week we could be able to finish up. It's one Monday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, I think by next week or the following week, Monday, we could finish up part 1 of this very important devotional service. All right. But of course, Raga Nuga, I think there's a lot of discussion. But anyway, let's see. So we open for any questions, any question, any comment?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
So like you said, Maharaj Ambirishi was, had doing our other devotional services. But what if someone, I think you have told this before, explained before, but just asking again, if someone like engages in other devotional service and has no time for chanting all the minimum 16 rounds at least, will they attain perfection also?
Okay. Say like, for instance, formerly you worked in agriculture department, yes or not?
Yes, Prabhu.
Imagine you wake up in the morning, you don't brush your teeth, don't take your bath, you go to work. How will your day will be?
That's terrible.
Despite you can be the head of department or you can be one of the most important person, you can apply all that perfume around your body or whatever, but you have not taken your bath, you have not brushed your teeth.
Yeah, that's definitely bad.
So nothing works perfectly, yes or not?
Correct.
When people come near you, they'll faint. Yes or not? And you also don't have that strong charisma or that kind of the determination, yes or not? You feel like you feel low self-esteem.
Yes, of course.
The same thing.
Okay.
Chanting Hare Krishna is brushing your teeth and taking a bath. So others can wait, but the chanting of the holy name is essential. Okay, Mataji?
Okay.
So
But
you must
if let's say
other
you
devotional
don't,
service, other devotional service you can put on a hold. Yeah.
I already like promised to go for any volunteer services and all that. And
Yeah, you can put them on a hold. I have not finished my rounds yet. Or you want to go there, you must make sure you have to come back and do your rounds. If you think you'll be too tired to do your rounds, then just don't go for that service.
So that is above all other services.
Correct.
Okay.
Because the chanting of the holy name is the way that you're going to cleanse all that conditioning you had for millions of births, Mataji.
Okay.
So you go there, do some volunteer work like washing the pot, washing this thing. Okay, what is it? What is that? What is that idea about washing the pot, serving the temple? What is the idea? So that create a kind of attachment to Krishna, and that attachment somehow or other will motivate you to chant the holy name.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
So you start as a neophyte in chanting, all right, to clean yourself, to clean all your consciousness, all right. Then in Madhyama, you still going on chanting Hare Krishna to reinforce your ecstatic feeling. So now you start to feel the mantra differently. You start to understand every word. Hare means what? Krishna means what? Rama means what? So you go into like kind of a spontaneous and ecstatic movement, bhava. At the same time, when you go to prema, you also still have to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, because the combination of word has got 8 kala, or 8 ashta kala. All right, the first Hare Krishna, okay, first kala, Hare Krishna means what? What Krishna is doing. Second kala, Hare Krishna means what? Third kala, Krishna Krishna means what? So you start to understand the two parables. So there's first that we discussed. Hare Krishna means is the first verse in Sikshastaka. Yes or not? You remember that?
Yeah.
Right. The second Hare Krishna means the second word of Sikshastaka. Yes or not?
Yes.
The second verse, right? But there's something is even beyond that. That you study once you go to the level of prema, you will appear. What is that? First, Hare Krishna means how Krishna and Radha is in relationship. Second, Hare Krishna means what? Third, Krishna Krishna means what? Hare Rama. Rama means what? The reservoir of pleasure. What does that reservoir of pleasure? Hare Rama. Reservoir of pleasure. And Hare Rama. Then Rama Rama. Full pleasure. So that is in Parakyara. That is another confidential relationship. So once we understand that combination in a very high level, those people, devotees in prema, will go into great ecstasy. So from being a neophyte until you become a Uttama, the Hare Krishna mantra Hare Krishna mantra is your journey. Right?
Yes, sir.
So when you are a baby, you eat rice as a porridge. Right? When you are young, you eat rice which is half cooked or cooked, but with varieties of flavors like biryani and everything whacked nicely. Right? But once you get old, the same rice you eat in a very small portion. But the rice is your essential from birth to death. So similarly, Mataji, chanting is the one that's going to purify you neophyte level, inspire you in Madhyama level, and going to go crazy in Uttama level. So the chanting must go on. Other services can be ignored.
Okay.
That's why when people used to ask me, oh, I'm eating meat, I said, don't ever waste your time. Try to give up eating meat. Don't waste your time. Try to give up taking alcohol or cigarette. All the bad habits. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time to give up. Carry on with it. I say, what? Just carry on. You want to eat meat, beef, chicken, pork, eat. You want to drink alcohol, drink. You want to smoke and drink, go ahead and do it. Right? I cannot stay away from illicit sex. Just go and perform it. Don't care. But make sure you chant every day without fail. Right? Oh, that means, even they say, oh, that means if I chant, I say, don't worry about that. You must chant Hare Krishna. I brought the RDC formula. Read, distribute, and chant 16 rounds. You just do this. You read Bhagavad Gita, and if possible, try to give one Bhagavad Gita to others, encourage someone. Hey, I read something very interesting, this Bhagavad Gita. I think you should have it one. Distribute, RDC formula. Read, distribute, and chant. So you can't distribute, it's okay. Read Bhagavad Gita daily and chant Hare Krishna daily. 16 rounds, must. And the transformation start happening. I think Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu was with me from the day one. Yes, we have witnessed so many transformation happening in many devotees. That's one Indian girl says, I was so addicted to pork. Now I don't feel like taking pork, and she became a vegetarian, and she liked to drink alcohol. Now she stopped alcohol. And she started to go to temple, and suddenly the devotee asked her to come and cook for Jagannath. And she was so astonished. And now she's, so this kind of habit, you see. So sometimes when you see the fan is running. So how stop the fan? First, I off the electricity. Once I force the electricity, there's no current supply, but the inertia start working and eventually stop. When the current stops supplying, the inertia work, but eventually stop. Similarly, so in order to purify our existence, we have to chant Hare Krishna. Once you start Hare Krishna, Krishna from the heart as Chaitya Guru will some or other will inspire you to take up. And you will do it favorably and spontaneously. It's not going to take a tough thing, like sometimes, oh, I love KFC, But now after that, they say, oh, I think about KFC, I feel disgusted. And one day that devotee went to say, one day the kind of agitation came. Once in a while, just go. The Indian standard idea, once in a while. So they went there. She went there and she just said, okay, I just took one, I think a favorite, I'm not sure about drumstick or whatever. She took and she bite. Because she don't want to eat in front. People say, what this Hare Krishna lady is sitting here and eating chicken, So she took the thing, went to the park in the car. She just opened and just bite. At one bite, she couldn't take it, she puked. And then she started to realize, heart, the desire is still there. But my tongue has rejected that taste. So, your tongue gets higher taste, even your heart and mind still agitated, that will still deliver you. So chanting is vital and chanting is must, and don't compromise any other service in exchange with chanting, Mataji. Okay?
Okay, Prabhu, thank you.
All right.
Another question I just want to ask about the renunciation for food that you said, that pizza and all the so that is only for devotees or and certain specific food or certain time or anything, or is like if you are a devotee you must do that?
What do you think, Mataji? Is it very easy to do or not?
It is easy. It is easy actually.
Yeah, if you're at home, it's easy. But suddenly you're hungry, you go for some people's house, then how?
Yes, in that case.
Yeah. Say like you're going for somebody invited you for a wedding in Ipoh, right? You come, there's a wedding reception in the temple, okay? And after that, you have not taken your breakfast, nothing, you straight away come for the wedding. Then after that, the lunch is served and you say, I'm only eat prasadam. What's going to happen to you? Is it going to be very conducive for you?
Yeah, that is the kind of situation I'm actually.
Yes. But now it may not be possible. But what happens if you become very determined? What will happen if you become very determined?
Yeah, I've heard of devotees who have taken a vow that they won't take anything that is not.
Correct. But now the question is, how if you are very determined? No matter what, will you eat or not?
If you're determined and you are already vowed like that, then
no, don't worry about the vow. Vow is different. Let's talk about determination. I mean, we don't quote any devotee. Just on yourself. If once you are very determined, no matter what, will you still go back and eat, or
yeah,
you abstain? You rather fast.
I rather fast. Yes.
Correct. When the determination comes, when you are very convinced from conviction. The determination comes from conviction. And how the conviction comes? From intelligence. And where the intelligence comes? From the application of knowledge. And how you apply the knowledge? By acquiring the knowledge. So why you want to acquire the knowledge? Because of your desire to know more than what you have known. So step by step. It is not that now itself I go there and I won't eat any of these, I'd rather stay fasting because the one got onion and garlic, and secondly, I don't know who cooked. So you do as you progress. Okay, Mataji?
Okay, but what if you're out, let's say overseas or anywhere, and you have to eat something?
Accordingly, but like myself, right? Myself, sometimes, if I'm a diabetic, so if I need to take, sometimes body like shivering and everything. So if worst case scenario, sometimes I take bun or something like that. But if I travel overseas, but only thing I will never take is meat or anything related to meat. So I will go and maybe I'll go to the shopping center, just buy some carrots and wash and just eat the raw carrot, like that.
That's something I do too.
Yeah, correct. So you have to keep the soul, body and soul together, because the body has been given as a vehicle for you to execute devotional service. But unfortunately, for many years, we have forgotten. But now we got it. So take care of your body very nicely and engage in devotional service to that thing. Okay. Don't compromise your health.
Okay, Prabhu. Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
Like there's a saying also, right? So what happens if you have some kind of medical condition, you have to take a medicine that contains beef gelatin. The cow gelatin. So what my Guru Maharaj said, if at all, if it's a life and death, all right, you have to depend on that medicine to survive, then it's okay. Even there's a beef gelatin medicine, go for it. All right. Because you have to keep your body healthy, because we are not in India to look for other alternative medicine, Ayurvedic. We don't have that access. Right. So, but for the sense gratification, say sometimes like Amway, Shakely, they start to sell some fish oil or some kind of nutrition that has beef gelatin. All right, they're selling vitamins that contains beef gelatin. That we have to avoid at all costs, because you're taking it for sense gratification. Oh, I want to look good. No, I want to take that, what do you call that? Like recently, there's one medicine, collagen. All right, collagen. You take collagen because you want to look young, I don't have wrinkle. That is nonsense, because collagen is made from the fish, and of course the fish bone and everything. Don't do that. But if you have a serious skin condition, all right, if you have a serious skin condition, like severe eczema or some kind of severe condition on your skin, taking collagen, you can do it. Okay, because for your own sake of health. But of course, you are taking it to keep your body and soul together, so that you can execute your sadhan bhakti and Vaidhi sadhan bhakti and chant your holy name in ecstasy. Because Prabhupada told Harikesh Maharaj, he said, we go to the place that communist bloc countries, Romania and all, say, they don't have vegetables, Prabhupada. What to eat? Say, go and eat fish. Right? Eat fish and preach. Even you want to eat meat, go ahead. But that is because it's emergency. It is not, you're not eating it for sense gratification. Don't go there, order one salon steak and start to enjoy. Try. The only thing I can compromise, maybe take fish. Fish is available everywhere. Say yes, then take fish. Prabhupada went to that level because it's very practical. Prabhupada has been a very practical person. Right? But when you have that opportunity, don't give excuses. I can eat fish, I can eat. The one is no need. It's not a right thing. Okay, Mataji?
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. Anybody else got any questions? It's already 11:30. All right. Okay. So we meet again tomorrow. It's a very nice discussion here. Tomorrow is going to be even more exciting. Why this Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti even looks so headache? There's so many rules and regulation, so many these. Why so tough? When we start to study Raganuga, you start to feel it is worth following the rules and regulation. It's worth it. All the lifelong austerity, it is worth it when we go to Raganuga, because Raganuga is spontaneous and ecstatic. And I'm not surprised you would like to go back and practice your Raganuga, maybe increase your chanting, maybe chant with so much of attention, because Raganuga is worth having that kind of feeling. It's beautiful. It's really worth it. That's going to be tomorrow's discussion. Till then, have a beautiful day. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyavacha paditanam pavinebhyo vaishnavyo namo. Hare Krishna. Have a nice day.